Hi, I'm Adriana Locke. Welcome to my channel. Now, I know a lot of you have no idea who I am, and that's fine. Friendships have to start somewhere, people. So I'm going to give you 11 things that you, I'm sure, don't know about me in hopes to sort of break the ice. And in the comments, I hope you'll tell me something random, odd, funny, unique about you so we can kind of piece those things together, okay? So the first thing is, I've never watched an episode of Friends all the way through. I know it's really random, uh, unusual, I guess, for people my age, early 30s, that have never actually seen a whole episode of Friends, but I don't watch a lot of TV. I know that I've caught bits and pieces, and I know that their names Ross, Joey, Phoebe, Monica, but I've never seen one all the way through. The second thing is that I have lived a long time, although I don't now, off the grid. We have a log cabin where we make our own power and water, had a garden and chickens, and even a pig one time, which is a story that I'll tell you another day. But it was one of the best times of my life. I loved it, and my kids actually would go back to that lifestyle if we would pack up and go back. But unfortunately, it's easier now to live in town near my mother, but we do go back to our cabin often and visit because it is our happy place. Number three is that I'm pretty shy. I'm okay one-on-one, but put me in a room full of people like at a book signing, and I'm usually the person sitting in the corner wondering if anyone even knows that I'm there, and I'm too embarrassed to go to anyone and say hi. It's just big groups of people sort of like overwhelm me. I do warm up at a certain point, but it takes me a hot minute to do that. Then my next fun fact is I never watch TV, which I've already mentioned. The only thing that I watch every week is Monday Night Football when it's on because I love football. The New England Patriots are my team, although I always have an affinity for the Dallas Cowboys because they were the first team that I ever liked. Troy Aikman actually was on a commercial on CMT once. I think he was dating the country music star Lori Morgan, and I saw him on a commercial. I was probably like 11 years old, 12 years old or something, and I fell in love with him. He was my first like celebrity crush, and I had an entire bedroom when I was a little girl decorated in the Dallas Cowboys just because of Troy Aikman. But now I've moved on to the New England Patriots. But football is the only thing that I watch every week. I don't even know the last time our TV's even been on because my kids don't really watch TV either. The next fun fact is my favorite athlete actually surprises people. It's Roy Jones Jr. He was a boxer that was really, really popular in the 90s, and to me, he is the best pound for pound fighter to ever box, and one of the best athletes in his domain. Ever. I love him. I still go to YouTube actually and type in Roy Jones Jr. and I watch some of his old fights because he was amazing. He probably is still amazing. It's like one of my bucket list items actually is to meet Roy Jones Jr. Another thing is that I had graduated from high school with 24 kids in my entire class. Many of us, probably along the lines of 16 or 17, have been in the same class since preschool. Our town obviously was very small, and that has its good and its bad, but I probably wouldn't have changed growing up that way for anything. Going into calculus class with like 6 kids pretty much was the bomb. Another thing is when I was a little girl, I was 12, I was Miss Indiana National Preteen. Now, the pageant life now has been glamorized on TV and it's sort of like the hot thing for a while. Back in those days, it was not. And I didn't even want to sign up for it. But my mom thought it would be a good experience for me. So I did, and I won. And I remember coming home and was like, can I just go mushroom hunting now? I was an outdoors kid. I was a complete tomboy. And I wanted to fish and hunt and look for arrowheads and morels here in Indiana. So I wasn't your exact pageant girl. And as a matter of fact, I never was in another one. Another fun fact is that I say high school sweetheart, but I was actually in 8th grade. I was 14 years old. When my husband came to our high school, his dad was a coal miner. So you've read my book, Written in the Scars. You can tell where that came from. I live in a very coal mining area. And his father was transferred here. And I remember him walking into our school, and he was from the city, and we're country bumpkins here. He was the proverbial bad boy, and I was captain of the cheerleading squad. And I wanted nothing to do with him. He was very cute, but he was in all kinds of trouble. And just like in the books that we read now, the bad boy won my heart. In April, actually, of I was in 8th grade. And so we have been together for a very long time. We've been married for 13 years. No, we haven't. We've been married for 15 years. Wow, when did that happen? And we have been together for well over 20. And the last fun fact, which is not really fun, but it's kind of weird, but I thought I would share it with you, is that even if I brush my teeth before I get into the bath or shower, I have to brush them again afterwards. I have no idea why, but I must absolutely brush my teeth after every bath or shower. I just can't function if I don't. It drives me crazy. So that's a few things about me to help break the ice and start our friendship. I want you to comment below something about you so we can start putting things together and remembering who each other is and all of that good stuff. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. I have tons of fun things coming your way.